Hey there, David. This is a follow-along video that you're going to use for the next 3 weeks. In it, I will record the sequence, the mobility sequence that we did on the very first day. So just what I suggest is that I'm going to go through all the movements, and I'll show them 2 or 3 times. Then I would like you to pause the video, do the drills yourself, take as much time as you want. Then you hit play again, and we'll move on to the next. So I'll demonstrate, I'll show, and I'll tell you what to look out for, and then you can practice the movement as much as you want in your own time. Right. So here we go. Okay. You're hopefully seeing this after you started your 2-minute warm-up walk. If you haven't done the walk, then you can do so now. We're going to start the warm-up with our pelvic tilt. So you're going to pull your tailbone under, and then you're going to push it back. Pull your tailbone under and tilt it all the way back. We're going to do that 10 times. You can just follow along with this one. Nice, easy lengthening of the spine, shortening of the spine. Lengthening of the spine, shortening of the spine. Okay. Then we'll move on to shoulder roll. Stand tall as if you're being pulled up on a silver string, and then from front to back, alongside your ears, roll your shoulders back and back to front. Try and see if you can get those shoulder blades to move closer together as you roll backwards. Roll forwards and roll backwards. All the time you're pulling your shoulders up to your ears, roll them forward, let them drop. Up to your ears, roll them backwards, let them drop. Up to your ears, roll them forward. One more time. Back, opening up the chest and rolling them up to your ears and rolling forward. Okay, pause the video if you want to do this more. All right, our next warm-up is the spinal twist. So we're going to stand hip width apart, hands by your side, and you're going to rotate from your hips, looking behind you over your shoulder, seeing how much rotation you have. Then slowly turn the other way and see what rotation you have there. Do this 5 or 6 times. Then what I would like you to do is find something to press against. So you're pressing, and then when you release, you roll back and you see how much more range of motion you get. Same thing on the other side. You press, and then see how much more range of motion you just got by pressing the other side. Okay, pause the video now. Do that as much times as you want. All right, so for our final little warm-up, you can do a variation of the back lunge, which we did in the very first day. It was up, and then we step backwards, trying to maintain our balance, and other leg up. Step back, nice big step. Knee barely touches the ground. So knee drives forward. Big step back. Try just to stay over the ground and then step back. Okay? Or if you want, you can do a side lunge. So you go up, step sideways, drop down and up, and then step back, up, step sideways, drop down, and back. Up to you with whatever you feel like on the day. Okay, Welcome back. We are now going to start our set, our real set of mobility. And we're going to work our way up from the bottom up. So starting with our ankles, the first drill we're doing is the Asian squat. And your purpose is to try and drop your bottom all the way down into a squat position. Okay. Now, that's hard in the beginning. What you want to do is find an elevation or find a slanted ground and put your heels up onto that elevation. It can be as little as a doorstep, right? And then from there, hands forward, drop down, drop down, drop down, drop down, drop down, and try and see if you can get to full knee flexion and sit there for 30 seconds. Breathe. Welcome back. The next mobility drill that we're going to do is one that you know quite well already, right? And that is the Japanese sit. So seating position, flexed ankle joints, right? Sit your buttocks, you're on top of your heels. And then here you can do a few of those shoulder rolls again while you sit in this position. As this position is pretty comfortable for you, you can try and do those shoulder rolls to make it more interesting. Try and sit here for 30 seconds. Just let the body get used to this end range of motion. So sit down onto the ground. You can sit anywhere, flat surface or on a slanted surface. But what you're going to do is you're going to sit your feet quite close to your buttocks. And what you're going to do is one by one drop your knee in. So you get that internal rotation of the hip. Right? And what we're aiming for is to try and drop it all the way down to the bottom while your two sit bones stay onto the ground. Right? And this is very good for your internal rotation of the hip. So just take your time, go through this, and easily try and see if you can breathe and drop a little further, breathe and drop a little further. Your next pose is the pretzel or the cow pose, the one that you really enjoyed, but the one that's also quite challenging, right? So sit your legs straight, tuck your sit bones on the spine on top of your sit bones, and you bring your right leg over your left leg, put your right arm behind you, and then bring your left arm over your right knee and push that right knee back. Look over your shoulder, push your right knee to the inside. Okay, change position. Reset. Keep your right leg straight. Left leg goes over. Left hand goes over to the back. Right hand crosses over or grabs your knee and brings that knee close to your chest while you are looking over your shoulder. All right. Do 2 times 30 seconds of this. When you've done this, we'll go on to the cow's pose. So the cow's pose is slightly different. You start off in a similar position, so 2 legs out front straight. And now what I want you to do is bring your right foot in and then bring your left foot over your knee. Okay? Now your right hand grabs your right knee, left knee, and brings it in. So you'll feel this stretch in your buttocks and in your side. Okay, one more time. All the way out. This time we'll do the other side. Bring your left foot in, knee pointing forward. Your right leg goes over, so you become a little bit of a pretzel. Your right hand goes behind you for stability, and then your left arm goes over and brings that right leg in. Once you've got it, you can let that right hand come in as well. Nice and straight, straight spine. Breathe in. That's your position. Hold for 30 seconds. Grab your yellow band. Lie down on the floor. And with a straight leg, bring your foot up. Try not to bend your knee, and just see how far you can get with your hamstring. If you reach the moment where it gives you too much resistance, stay there. Breathe. Try to go a little further. Breathe. Go a little further. Hold for 30 seconds and switch. Next drill is hanging, right? Tiptoe hang or just slight hang off the ground. I don't have a bar here, so I can't show you that, but I think you'll remember it. It's just hang, lengthen up your spine, breathe, breathe, breathe. Just hanging for 30 seconds, really, really good for your spine. Your final mobility drill of the day was the one where you grab your band, put your thumbs inside, and then we roll our shoulders gently, 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 gently roll our shoulders back and front. Back and front. Now I've got a few variations on this that I'll show you later on, but this is your basic movement, back and front. Okay, that's your whole mobility sequence that is going to be with us for about 3 weeks. Hopefully after 3 weeks we'll notice that you have made some interesting gains in your range of motion, and then we'll start incorporating some other stuff. All right, thank you very much.